said to the crowd, "The more you feed me, the more I feed you."
Welcome to Frail Fragments Monster Closet, Season 3.
This is the Monster Closet, June 19th, 2026, episode 236. Hey, how we feeling?
Doing all right, man. Some weird weather we've been having today, like in the last, since you have the Freedom 250, where I'm wondering, I'm gonna send this question out to you all. I've been hearing, from a lot of idiots out there, did Trump use a weather machine to make it not rain at the Freedom 250? Because supposedly fucking Washington was supposed to get hit with a massive thunderstorm, and it didn't really rain there too much. It went right around the fucking White House, and we've been hit with some crazy weather since Sunday, right? So it's 5 days later, and it's like, we're living in like Greenland right now, where it's like every day is like a whole season.
Terror plot in the White House supposed to happen that night. Yeah, they caught those people.
Okay. Well, we want to say as well, speaking of sports, congratulations to Qatar for losing fucking 6-0.
Forgetting
against Canada, baby.
6-0. Yeah.
Qatar's done. They have 2 red cards, and they wounded Canada. They took out Kone. They broke his fucking leg off, bro. They broke his fucking leg off. Those guys play dirty, bro.
Replay too.
People were crying over that shit. I had some friends that were at the game in Vancouver, so that's really cool too. Shout out to Ross, Angela, and Vienna.
Shout out.
They were there, so that's cool. I wonder how much tickets are in Vancouver. It's probably expensive there too. But
yeah, the cost of living there is crazy.
Yeah, but it's ocean lifestyle, bro. After school, you go to the ocean, you fucking chill by the beach, bro.
Surf,
pretty nice. Pretty nice, boy. Yeah, Herman.
Do that.
Jays versus Chicago Cubs tonight. Who you got?
I got the slightly underdog Blue Jays.
Yeah, you're kind of addicted to sports betting now, right?
We got Kirk back.
Yeah, we got him back.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like the boys are back. Springer bounced back last time, right?
Glad got his betting homer. On like soccer and shit too.
I'm on that FIFA tip too. I ain't gonna lie. Well, it's the promotions, it's the colors, they got.
I know, dude. Like I went to my kids. It was my day off yesterday. I went to the Harborfront for my kids' class trip.
How'd you balance that?
We went down there. It was fucking pouring off and on, like torrential downpour, right? Where my wife's pregnant, so we drove down there. We parked right across the street for $30. But it's like Simcoe and Queens Quay, right?
Okay, right there.
This is the Harborfront. You park there, and that's the Science Center now, man. And it was really sad to see because the Science Center is a fucking piece of shit now.
Yes.
Compared to what it was, like it's maybe not even a tenth of the size of the actual like Science Center I grew up going to every year when I was a kid, or every other year, or whatever the fuck it was. It was a huge, massive building, and I get it, but like they threw it to the wolves with that new Science Center. It's garbage. I would never go there. There's nothing to do there. You can walk through it in literally 10 minutes.
And they expect you to pay $80, right?
No, it's not $80, but I don't know what it is, but it sucks. That's what I know for sure.
That's the matter.
And beside it at 3 o'clock, they were having like this Toronto, because you can't say BMO field because BMO didn't pay FIFA, so they say Toronto Stadium, Toronto Soccer like event. They have this thing like right there, opened at 3 o'clock. There's like so many events and shit going on. You could win all kinds of stuff. There was a lineup. I took my son and my wife. We went to Gus's Tacos. We got some tacos before we headed up. My son came back with us, and yeah,
tacos, fam.
So kids are finishing up school, and I want to ask you what your opinion is. What your opinion would be on what would you do if your kid was being bullied in school? Like if he came to you and he's like, this kid's bullying me, he came to you crying, what would you do?
You gotta go straight to the source. Ask him what's going on. Ask her what's going on. Who did this? Who did that? Okay.
So you're gonna talk to the kid that's bullying him in grade 1 or whatever it is?
His parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say to
them?
Get
a little mediation going,
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a little middle ground going, bruh.
That's
Let's not
that's a good way.
involve. Let's not involve the principal yet.
Yeah. The
That's the
principal?
worst thing. But yeah, the principal and the vice, fucking, because they'll go off.
So
It's better to
something
do it
simple.
person to
Yeah,
person.
go on. Are you?
No, yeah, I'm pretty much done. But is that happening with you right now?
Yeah. So I found out yesterday that
Oh man.
this kid's mom, you know, who I get along with their parents a lot. Like I pal around with the dad a lot and stuff. And they feel that Elliot, my son, is bullying their kid, right?
Oh,
And
man.
he's not the ringleader, but it's like there's a few kids that are bullying him, and he's come home crying and shit, right? Now this is the way it is, right? Like I was up the whole night listening to, like, worrying about this shit because, you know, I'm a pretty easygoing, passive guy. No, I'm not, maybe, but
Post therapy,
what was happening was, I mean, this kid that's parents he went to that's complaining. Okay, this is my view on it. Anyway, this is what I've seen. Anyway, this kid is very, very rough. He has like slammed Elliot, my son. He's choked my son in front of the dad, I believe, or it was like a big thing. And I didn't make a big deal out of it, right? Because that's kind of how I am. I'm like more passive, you know, get over it, get over it, get over it. Yeah, play fighting, because that's kind of like the energy this group was having, right? They were like really rough with each other, right? But like his son was like fucking really rough, right? Like I've seen him drape another neighbor's kid, like, you know, throw him to the ground and shit. He's made my son cry numerous times, and now I have this kid's mom coming to my wife saying that my son's bullying this kid. So it's like, that's kind of where I am. But you know what it is like there's these other two kids that are like, this one kid that, like, from what I saw anyway, and this is my interpretation, I mean, I don't know this for fact, but this is what I perceived yesterday when I was at the fucking trip, was like, one of these kids do not like this kid. Okay, out of this group, he's like kind of has this other guy to, you know, have his back over this kid's back, and my son has these guys' backs over over this guy's back as well, right? This other kid as well, because this other kid is like rough with my son, right? So my son is like, okay, whatever. Now my son, I wouldn't put it past him if let's say he threw something at Eric, but I have a problem with that because I didn't raise my son to be that way, right? And like, maybe that happened, but I think it's a lot to do with what the parents are perceiving to be their narrative and all this shit, right? Because like, my son isn't a bully really like that. He's like, but what I can see is, because I was like, I'm at fault too, because my son would complain to me about this kid being rough. And I said, well, go to the teacher, tell the teacher. Well, if the teacher doesn't listen, hit him back. So my son was hitting this kid now, right? I think, or maybe. But I mean, what I saw was this one kid really not like this kid. Okay. And like hit him in the face with like one of those like spongy fucking snake thing, those floaty things.
Full noodle.
Yeah, right in the face. And then this kid was seeing red, and they were trying to like fight each other. And then the second in command, this other guy, wasn't letting this guy play with him and stuff like that. They were kind of like shunning him out and stuff. And then my son was just ignoring this kid, right? Like he was just kind of doing his own thing, right? But it's like, my son is very emotional, and he's loud and he's crazy that way, but he's not a bad kid, and he's not a bully, right? So it's like, it sucks to hear that. And it sucks to have to be put through this, because these parents aren't in awareness over their own kids' bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a tough thing to deal with.
Sorry.
And because we're like, you know, these guys are like playing soccer with my kid now, like in the same league, like they joined soccer because we're closer and stuff. But it's like, you know, and therapy would tell me to bring these people closer to me, right? But my ego is telling me to, like, it's, why is my son always the one having to apologize? Like, why don't your fucking kids fucking...
And it's yours.
None of you guys are like, you guys are always quick to push the finger on my son as the bad kid. But I mean, your kids are just as fucked up, if not more, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a competition here, but I mean, your kids aren't perfect either. So that's where I get kind of triggered, and my ego kind of like, wrestles with the idea of bitching out a parent. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, I'm going to be passive around the whole thing, but I told my son, I'm like, there is no more playing tag with this kid. Okay.
Just go away. Yeah.
And that's going to be really hard for him. There's no more playing ninjas with this kid. When this kid comes up to you saying, let's play ninjas, there's no more doing that, because you have to tell him no, because you have to tell him that I'm getting in trouble when we do this shit. You know?
Oh shit.
You gotta voice that to this kid, right? I'm getting in trouble because of you, because we're fucking doing this. So I'm not gonna be a part of this. But where it's gonna be hard for my son is his fucking best friends are doing that, playing this shit, and they're gonna say, Elliot, come play with us, come play, we're gonna play. And this kid's there too. So I'm trying to tell my son, whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing to do now. No, you cannot play these games with this kid. Because this kid's going to the teacher. Yeah, this kid's parents are going to the teachers. They're going to my wife and shit. So it's like, no, you got to cut this kid off in that way, right? Like, you could still chill with him and everything like that. But, I mean, you can't be playing physical shit with this kid because his parents are all stressed out thinking that you're fucking bullying him, right? So it's like, you got to end that. You got to end that relationship with this kid, unfortunately, and that's what it's going to be. And this other kid, like, doesn't like this kid, right? So that's what I saw at this trip. And then this other guy it rides or dies with this kid. And then, like, at the end of the day, it's like this guy is pretty fucked now, right? Like, he's not going to have anybody to play with and shit, right? And, like, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess I'm the bad guy or my son is the bad guy. But, I mean, my son has been putting up with a lot of his shit too, right? That, like, we haven't spoken up for. And that's my fault. I should have voiced what was happening while it was happening over the last 2 years of my son being, because my son feels bullied by their kid, right? So it's it's just like this thing, right? That wasn't addressed. And now it's like coming back onto my son, right? It's like, it just sucks. It just sucks. So yeah, man. But the weekend is here. I gotta I'm hustling this weekend. Hopefully it's nice weather because this weather has been up and down like crazy this week. It's been like, torrential downpour to fucking 10 degrees to, it's pretty nice right now, man. We got some breeze. It's like 20 degrees. Sun is shining. We're gonna enjoy this Friday. You got a couple of beers on you, right?
Beers for the games, I got the
beers for the game.
USA, Australia, and I got the Brazil.
You got some drunk motherfuckers roaming around, fucking looking around, bro. Enjoy yourself this weekend. Enjoy some soccer. We love you all. Enjoy the weather. This is the Monster Closet episode 236, Friday, June 19th, 2026. FrailFragment.com, at FrailFragment. We out of this bitch.
I'll let you, boy.